Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year to you all. Wishing you all an excellent 2025. So, how are you? Alwyn Jennings here, your spiritual guide and empowerment coach, coming in with the energies for this week from today, the 6th of January, until Sunday, the 12th of January. And I hope that you're all well. I hope you had a nice Christmas if you celebrate it. A nice break, hopefully, and as I said, I wish you all the best for 2025. So, nice energies this week might be a bit confusing, or you might feel a bit confused. So, as with any new year, we think about what we want to bring forward into this year, what we want to create, what we're hoping for. And, it might be that you're not that bothered about thinking about that sort of thing, which is fine. And, for many of us, we don't feel like the new year properly starts till symbolic or the spring equinox, so don't worry too much. There's no real pressure. But 2025 carries this 9 energy. And 9 is about being more in alignment with your soul and your intuition. And using everything you've learned from the last 8 years to think about what you want in this kind of 9 year. It's not your personal year 9, but collectively it is. So, how can you bring more compassion into your life? How can you, use your intuition more? How can, as a there's a lot of, this is also a year for collective energy, really working together rather than against each other, humanitarian even. So just think about those things as you march on into 2025. I know today is the first day back for many of you. Schools are back in some places as well. And it can be a slow start, which is absolutely fine. You are where you are, and that is perfect. So, there's the energy of this week. As I say, there is a little bit of confusion. You might feel confused. You might feel a little bit annoyed this at the beginning of the week for some reason. Mercury's clashing with Neptune, I believe, and this can maybe have the air of deception and disappointment about it, or it might feel that some things aren't quite right. But more than that, it's, as I said, this year is calling for you to be more in alignment with your soul. So it may just be that you haven't quite let go of what you need to let go of from 2024. What were you doing in 2024 that you don't want to do in 2025? But perhaps you have already started doing the same thing. So it may well be that your soul is saying, hang on a minute, no, this isn't right. So that could be where the confusion is. There could be a clash between the ego and the heart and the intuition. And the energy this week is asking you to really tune into your intuition and notice your emotions, notice how you're feeling. We're heading towards a full moon, not till next Monday, but I feel like the energies will come in towards the end of this week. Cancer, it's in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional sign, so it could be quite intense for a lot of us. All right, so if you're feeling extra emotional this week, it could be why. But take notice of why you're feeling emotional and what is it telling you. So many times we can say, oh, I feel like this, but never mind, and just put it to the back of your mind and carry on. But actually it's there for a reason. There's also some nice energy midweek though for planning, for getting your ducks in a row, that sort of thing. If you want to be in a certain place, or you want to have a certain outcome, say by the end of the year or even before then, how can you work backwards to create that, But having said that, it's not really about using your logic. It's more about how can you step into greater intuition? How can you step into greater flow? How can you step into completely surrendering? You know, last year, a lot of us found it difficult, and we completely, well, we didn't completely lost, some of us lost our way a little bit, but it was almost as if it felt like we just should give up, you know, sometimes in terms of what, especially if you're in a spiritual business or something like that. But actually, it was about trusting that we don't have to have a plan for everything and that the universe has a plan for us. We just might not always know or understand it at the time. So it is about trusting your feelings, trusting your intuition. If you're trying something and you're not getting anywhere, then it's probably not meant for you. In fact, it won't be meant for you. Okay. So stop trying that. Do something else. Do something that feels better for you. There's also a feeling this week of meeting new people, making quite profound connections that are going to help you for the rest of the year, probably. And there's and with that, you'll see some truth for yourself, maybe about you, like something that's been going on that you haven't wanted to look at, or you just have this realization. But in making that connection, and it does feel like a friendship or maybe even a romance, but in making that connection, it helps you to realize something. And then on Saturday, it's the 11th of January, and that's a beautiful energy because it's 111, and it's about being in, you know, greater alignment. There's that word again, and new beginnings. Hi Moya, nice to see you here. So yeah, this week it feels like it's setting us up for you know what's to come if you use it properly, if you use the energies properly. So going within, feeling how you feel, trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, not knocking on doors that won't open for you because they're not meant for you, not pushing too much, maybe making some preparations, even if they don't have to be, you know, on a spreadsheet or anything like that, but make some preparations and some plans for what it is you want to try and achieve this year. And then that beautiful energy of Saturday, which will be gorgeous. Some of you, I don't know, well, this has been happening to me, so I'll share it and see if it's happening to you. So I've noticed, certainly since December, I feel like everything is much closer in terms of all the worlds, if that makes sense. So, you know, they often talk about the veils being thinner, and we can have more access to, you know, loved ones that have passed over, that sort of thing, or just to the spirit world generally. And I just feel, yeah, it's getting in my throat now. I just feel that that's really got stronger and stronger, and maybe it's because we are leading up to this 111 gateway. But it does feel like they want to work with us more, our guides, our spirit guides, our angels, you know, whoever you work with or alongside, whoever you feel walks alongside you, even loved ones that have passed over. I just feel that, you know, I said at the beginning, there's this collective energy of working together, but I feel it's not just the humans. It's, you know, our guides and our loved ones wanting to help us. And I'm really feeling this. I'm actually seeing, I'm only sharing this because I feel it might help some of you. I'm actually seeing, you know, sometimes you see at the corner of your eye, you think you see someone or something. It's not actually physically there, but you know there's a presence. I'm seeing that a lot more lately, and it's not always just at the corner of my eye. Sometimes I literally look and I feel like somebody's sitting there. And dreams have been really vivid. There's a lot going on. There's also this moving on. Like, I feel like we're moving on as a race, as humans, but also I feel like there's a lot of souls that might be stuck that need to move on as well. So if you're one of those people that can see or sense or hear or feel, you might just be able to help them, or you might just be able to get a connection going. Because I do feel there's something about really working with spirit more this year. And I don't think that's just for me because I already work with spirit guides, but I just feel it's for everybody. And definitely using your higher self and your intuition to guide you more. Catherine, lots of new beginnings this year. Oh, that's nice. So just know that you'll be okay, whatever happens this year, as you were last year, really, even if there were tough times. So this week, as I've said, is more about getting ready, really preparing, really feeling into what's not right for you anymore. Profound realizations I feel coming in this week. I'm just going to bring in my guides to see if they can add anything further. But this is what I was talking to them about earlier. Anyway, so let's see. Right, hello everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you on planet Earth. So yes, everything Owen said is right. There is this feeling, maybe this is not just for this week, but moving forward, that the collective energy is shifting into greater collaboration and working together. Now, it might not feel like that sometimes, but this is what we're seeing for this year. And people perhaps collaborating more, working together for the greater good. But for this week, it's really about seeing where something doesn't feel right. So, and it'll be more emphasized this week. So you may well have had glimpses of what doesn't feel like right, last year, or maybe there were more than glimpses. But there may be some areas of your life where you know you need to make the change, but you haven't made it yet. So this week you might find your soul and your intuition becoming a little bit louder, not shouting at you, but becoming a bit louder, as if to say, hang on a minute, this wasn't the deal. Your soul and your human self, were not meant to be still doing things this way, or you're not meant to be still in this relationship or this job, or you're not meant to still be trying so hard, knocking on those doors, as Olwen said earlier, that aren't opening, because there is a bigger plan up in place, and you know it really deep within you. So it's about tuning in to those emotions and your intuition. And yes, Alwyn's right, it's going to be easier for lots of you to really tune into what your spirit guide team wants you to know as well. And even loved ones, we don't mean it like that, as in like they're not as important as spirit guides. Of course they are. Loved ones that have passed over wanting to connect and hold you and make sure you're on the right track. It's really feeling like there's this collaboration there as well. Some of you are going to get called. We know we're not just talking about this week now, but some of you are going to get called into deeper humanitarian work and deeper spiritual work as well. This year, most definitely. There's a wisdom about this year which can only really be found on the inside. So just checking in with yourself maybe this week, are there any areas of your life that you still haven't changed, that you need to, and that will be highlighted by the planetary activity that's going on this week, of course. And then, as Alwyn said, the energy of the full moon coming in towards the end of the week, even though it's not till Monday, we believe. But then you have the beautiful day on Saturday in your world with the 111 energy, which is always about new beginnings. So this is really a good week for you to set your stall out, for you, even if it's just with yourself, for you to journal maybe as to what you really want deep down and what you don't want, and letting that go. All right. So it's a beautiful week in many ways. And as ever, you are supported. All right. So we wish you a wonderful week and we will be back next week. Okay, so I hope that gave you a little bit more depth. And, let me know if you're stuck or you need any help. There's lots of ways in which I can help you with various intuitive guidance sessions, or maybe a session in your Akashic Records to see if you've got any energetic blocks going on. Of course, there's my Spirit Guide hotline as well, which is accessible all year round. And of course, there's my Oracle card deck, which people are loving. So maybe you want to get yourself a deck, because that will help you with your guide. Will help support your inner journey and your practical journey as well. All right, so just let me know if I can help you at all, and we can work out what's best for you. Okay, so take care, and I'll be back next week, and thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.